Hi, can you tell me a little bit what it means to you today to be here on the anniversary of Stonewall, and exactly what brings you to the courthouse today in Fort Worth?
Well, we're here today on the 40th anniversary of Stonewall because apparently last night the Fort Worth police entered in the Rainbow Lounge, a gay and lesbian establishment here, and proceeded to rely on tactics that the police used 40 years ago, tactics of intimidation and violence against gays and lesbians. And we're here to say that that's not acceptable, that we're going to stand up for ourselves, and the Fort Worth police, we're not going to let them get by with this. We're going to, the city, the police department and the city have to stand up and say that this is not acceptable, that we can't treat gays and lesbians as this.
That rang around the world, let the word go forth from Fort Worth, Tarrant County, Texas, that we have discovered Stonewall 2. I am Steve Sprinkle, the Director of Field Education and Supervised Ministry at Bride Divinity School. A proud, out, gay scholar. And for those of you who are keeping score, a proud, out, gay, ordained Baptist minister. When I look over this wonderful rainbow community, from all classes and from every demographic, I also want to lament who is not here. I know that there are a few clergy like me, and I'm encouraged tonight because there are a few more than we've seen before. But I want to know where the proud spiritual leaders are on a night when justice is being called for in their city. I want to know where the pulpiteers are. I want to know where the priests are. I want to know where the rabbis are. I want to know where the imams are. And I want to say on behalf of my sisters and brothers who are part of the LGBT spiritual community that they need to show up and they need to give good cause for their calling. And I'm going to look for them, and the very next time that we gather at the city council room here in the city of Fort Worth. If the ethical and spiritual meaning of our lives is going to be threatened by undue force and police brutality, then let the spiritual leaders of this community step forward. And let them be accountable just like everybody else. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm not going to pass a collection plate, although I know you expect me to do something religious. But what I want to do is to read a little note that we found in the Dallas Morning News yesterday from Mayor Mike Moncrief, who has been unusually silent around this whole experience. I want you to know that I like Mike Moncrief. I think he's a nice guy. What's not to like about Mike Moncrief? But I'll tell you what, as mayor of the city of Fort Worth, he has a responsibility to address the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community that he has not acquitted yet. Where are you, Mike? Where are you, Mike? Where are you, Mike? He spoke to the Dallas Morning News. The same news piece that Raphael McDonald and Mike McKee and I were interviewed for. The same news piece that those pleasant journalists from over down this way toned down every way they could. But what he said to them was, and I quote, "The whole incident is unfortunate. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to come back stronger, Moncrief said. We're going to let people around the country know that this great city that we're blessed to call home is inclusive and not exclusive. And we're inclusive not just for some people, but for all people. And here's the kicker.
Prove it!
Because he said, that's the Fort Worth way.
Prove it!
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I came here tonight to declare that the Fort Worth way, as it has been known, is now officially over. Because of the Rainbow Lounge raid, there is a new Fort Worth way. A Fort Worth way better than the old one, a new Fort Worth way that replaces the old one. The old Fort Worth way gave us the raid on the Rainbow Lounge. I want to say to that way, no more. No more. The old Fort Worth way told gays, lesbians, bisexual, and transgender people, we like you as long as you're good ones. And by good ones, they meant if you're silent and invisible. I want to say about that old Fort Worth way, no more. The old Fort Worth way said that everything is negotiable, that human rights can be decided by a group of people in a quiet back room where horses are traded and backs are scratched. I want you to know that what I say to that old Fort Worth way is no more. We're here tonight along with Queer Liberaction, and I want you to give it up for Queer Liberaction one more time. We're here with Queer Liberaction in order to announce and to inaugurate a new Fort Worth way, where everybody is somebody and nobody is nobody. We're here to inaugurate a new Fort Worth way, where we're not interested in just a place at the table. We as LGBT people and allies want our full and equal rights and nothing else. We're here tonight to announce a brand new Fort Worth way, where all of our city officials are accountable to the will of the people, and we are the people. The new Fort Worth way is one where we embrace everybody in this metroplex. We stand together with the LGBT community in Dallas and in the mid-cities and in Weatherford. We stand together as one community united, and we will declare in the name of a new Fort Worth way, no more! Are you mad about it? Yeah! I'm mad about it! But I'm mad enough about it that I want to do something about it. These demands that have been placed on the door of the courthouse will only be as good as your commitment and mine is good to keep on standing when people say sit down, to keep on speaking when people say shut up, to stand firm when the winds blow, because we know that the arc of history is on your side and mine. Tonight, I think about all of the great human rights movements that have gone before us. The struggle of the proud Native Americans, the African American struggle for justice that some of us cut our teeth on when we were younger. The struggle against unjust wars. The battle for women's rights. The recent words and struggles with a Latino accent so that our immigrant sisters and brothers may know that they have a place here in North Texas alongside all of us. We all stand together, sisters and brothers, and united we are so strong that we cannot be denied. We are not going to negotiate our rights. We are not going to compromise the truth. We are going to stand for justice because those of us who believe in justice cannot rest. Those of us who believe in justice cannot rest until it comes. And so, are you gay and loud? Are you queer and proud? Are you lesbian and on fire? Are you bisexual and bold? Are you transgender and tough enough to change Tarrant County? Now, what I want to do is say that we'll be glad to see Mike Moncrief down here anytime he wants to show up. Because we're not going to back down until he comes. Now, tonight, I'd like to invite our strong sister, Elizabeth Pax.
Yeah, Elizabeth!
I want Elizabeth to come up here with her git fiddle because we're going to do a little more singing. One of the great anthems of the human rights and civil rights movements, We Shall Overcome. Elizabeth, here she is. And I'm going to hold this mic, and we're all going to sing from the bottom of our heart.
Homophobia's got to go! Homophobia's got to go!
Just as much as everybody else. At the former City Hall for Mayor Mike Moncrief, former Police Chief Jeff Austin, Governor Rick Perry, and all former citizens to read.